So I recently started playing League of Legends and I'm currently Iron and I'm planning on trying to get out of this rank by the end of the year. So I make like these little videos to keep track of my progress. And first of all, I want to say thank you very much for all the positive feedback on my last video. I honestly didn't expect that, so thank you. This also made me realize that a lot of people don't even really know what it's like to be in this rank. And since I recently just had a very interesting match with a Teemo, which I think is the perfect candidate to just show you guys what it's actually like to be an Iron, I would like to show his gameplay first before we jump into my own progress, hopefully, that we're gonna make. So yeah. Here we already have our main character of the day, Firecracker Teemo. This is the game with me. I was the misfortune. And my name really did predict this entire game, since it was quite the misfortune. I ended up on this Teemo's team and not on the opposite one. But at this point in time, I did not know that yet, so I was honestly just vibing, going bot lane with my support, Leona, very nice. And just as a fair warning, I don't know how this replay system works properly, so if you see me click a bunch of buttons, sorry, I'm still trying to figure that out. Anyways, Teemo did come down to bot lane, which was weird to me because I've never seen a jungler go bot lane. But I was like, okay, maybe he's a team player, he wants the early gank. But I quickly found out that we have a different understanding of what team means. Because while I thought it means we play together and we get kills together and we just like overpower them because we basically have a 2v3 on bot lane. For him, it unfortunately meant take each and any minion from your ADC, so I had no farm. But I was willing to let Teemo do his strategy because obviously he knows more about the game than I do, which did end up with us losing the game, but I would honestly just assume that's because his strategy probably was just too big brain for the Iron elo. So now I had to continue fighting my own jungler for my own minions in my own lane. As an ADC who's already 3 levels behind everyone on a good day and more squishy than like an overcooked noodle or something. So now I was also more broke than a new Riot champion on its release day. And every time I saw this little hobbling shroom dispenser go back to base, I was just begging for the gods above for him to not go bot lane anymore. Seems like the prayers are already full of people begging to not have a win shitter on their team, so unfortunately my prayers were never heard. Considering the shitfest that was going on bot lane, every time I looked at the score I was very impressed that my team even managed to be on top, but unfortunately this is a snowball game. And this is the point where I'm starting to realize maybe I was too harsh on my junglers because I always complained about getting no ganks, but this was honestly so much worse than not getting a gank. And just when I thought all hope was lost, our little specimen started taking his first camp. Unfortunately, it was not the snowball that would turn the game around, so we did lose. But this is where the investigation started because I was getting curious, and then I witnessed this. I was like, maybe this was a one-time strategy thing because he is doing so bad and he wanted to try something new, but then I stumbled upon his career. I realized that this was in fact not just a one-time thing like I had hoped, but rather a continuous effort to make whatever the strategy is supposed to be work. But as you can see, his win rate is quite low, and I would honestly even assume that the minions in his game have won more games than him. So I decided to continue my investigation and watch one more of his games. He did rock the 4 guy in jungle, which already quite the interesting decision making once again. But hey, at least he's rocking Smite, which is honestly more than I can say about most of my junglers. So you know what? I mean, you could at least say he might be trying. I mean, obviously he's not helping in trying to get the team fight. Obviously he's not helping trying to get any objectives. And I mean, he's only gonna go bot lane again to steal the farms and minions from the ADC and support. And honestly, at this point, I was starting to believe this guy couldn't give a shit, even if he was lactose intolerant and ate like 5 tubs of ice cream in a row. Because he just watched his teammates die like there was no tomorrow and then just went on his little minion farm thinking he had time. When there was 4 people running down his own teammate. I mean, he could have used any of his abilities and maybe at least tried something, but, you know, can't be bothered. This is the part where I was starting to question if this person generally just has the attention span of a 2-year-old, or if there's like some sort of like program happening, because this guy was just stopping in almost random places, like he suddenly forgot he was playing League of Legends. You probably could have guessed, this was another loss. I still couldn't figure out how to change the screen so it says victory, but it was a loss. So I was like, how the fuck did he ever get a game where he got 21 kills? And while I think even Sherlock Holmes wouldn't be able to figure out what was going on in this guy's brain that was clearly very heavily affected by leak syndrome, I wanted to get to the bottom of this. I don't even think this guy has a bad map awareness or anything like that. I think he just doesn't have his map turned on at all, or any other audio clue in the game, or just in general his monitor. Since I don't want to be biased, I want to give you guys some of his best gameplay as well, so you guys can like form your own opinion. But unsurprisingly, even taking 2 camps wasn't going to turn the game around, so it ended up being another loss. And honestly, the most surprising part about this is that somehow he's won 300 games like that. So I could definitely see that that person had like the concept of a plan, and I was kind of liking the concept of it, so I decided to copy it or get inspired by it. And the game plan for today is just play veigar, but we do it in mid instead of jungle, because the success rate of playing veigar jungle was just a little bit too low for me. So we are doing veigar in mid, which is also probably going to be the lane I kind of want to main, because I've been having the most fun in mid. Unfortunately, one thing that wasn't part of my plan was the fact that it's apparently more difficult to get into a League of Legends game, or get your role that you want to play in a League of Legends game, than win a game. So after like 6 games, I got autofill support. I'm not one to give up easily, so I played my little support game, and then we did actually get mid again, and it was veigar time, baby. And the game was going pretty well until I made one mistake of giving one wrong call, and obviously all League players are perfect, so making one mistake will make you the center of any problem that happens from this point onwards, and I will be more hated in this team than the person who used to like remind the teacher about homework. Because I honestly was counting on my jungler to do a little bit more than just like run around my dead body afterwards. But I guess that was my fault. So my bad for that. And being the center of every single problem also includes me not rotating to mid, where only 1 person was alive and 3 people were fighting that, while the Akali was more pushed up than a grandma standing behind you in line in a grocery store. So honestly, my bad, guys. That's on me. See how I only tickle her little feet because I do 0 damage because I'm a late scaling character? Yeah, I think I probably would have had great impact there. And obviously this totally balanced champion with 60,000 fucking dashes gets me underneath my own turret. But the homie got me, so it's an even trade, thankfully. And obviously it's my fault, I didn't learn teleportation yet. So I couldn't join the next team fight because I was still dead, which is obviously my fault. So I got a nice little message from my team for that. So that was cool. And I realized that I made a grave mistake because, yeah, I should have not joined this useless team fight, but I mean, who would have known? So obviously I'm just bad luck for my team, so I decided to just go back to my own lane and just like not leave it ever until my jungler comes and we actually do a successful gank like we could have done first time. The first time could have been a successful gank as well, but obviously that was my fault. So I was like, okay, finally some alone time in my own lane. This is gonna be awesome for me. So I decided to push up until I realized my Master Yi somehow got himself into another fucking fight. And honestly, like, maybe that's just me, but I feel like it's not fair how junglers, like, how is this person not dead yet? How is he not dying? I don't get it. Like, he just simply, I mean, I whiffed every single one of my abilities, but to be fair, like, he should have been dead, like, after the first, like, 3 abilities. And obviously, since no objective ever in this game in, like, Iron Elo can be taken without a fucking team fight, we end up in a team fight. And obviously, I once again get dashed on by Mrs. 6,000 fucking dashes. And honestly, at this point, I'm starting to question if she's gonna replace Dasher soon and lead Santa Slay for this year's of Christmas. But how's this fair? And I might be a bad omen for my team, but I'm still gonna help my jungler get his objective. So I decide to help. I also pinged the enemy jungler 60,000 times, and even though Master Yi has like 20 eyes, I guess he only put like half of his contacts in today, so he doesn't see any of those 2,000 pings, and I just die instead of like just taking the easy 2v1. And then obviously another teamfight breaks out because this is Iron and we can't do anything besides teamfights. And then another team fight breaks out because this is Iron and we can't do anything besides team fights. But honestly, you know what? We're doing pretty decent actually. Considering we were doing pretty bad. I think most of us are like late scaling. But honestly, the team fights are just getting a little bit too much and I need some focus on myself because I'm not really that extroverted and I don't really like constantly having to be like in a group of party like that. But then I kind of get FOMO. So I do decide to go back to help like once my entire team is dead. But like at the end of the day, I do save my Master Yi's life, which honestly shout out to me. I think that was pretty nice by me. He does take the kill, but you know what, he obviously deserves that. And another team fight breaks out because this is Iron and all we can do is team fights. And honestly, this team fight was looking pretty fucking good for us. So we decided to take the objective. But you're probably going to be like, oh, what kind of team fight? It was just 2 people. So yeah, just you wait because we cannot take any drakes uncontested. But I knew that, so I was like already 2 steps ahead. So I offered myself a sacrifice so my team could get the drake successfully. Like after my last 6 attempts at trying to kill Dasher, I was a little bit intimidated. So honestly, I was not trusting my ability to get the kill here, even though Mrs. Dasher was on like fucking 6 HP, if anything. But obviously her little hero comes in and he can't do much besides spin. So easily I just put him in the cage and he gets like easily killed, like no even worries. And after slowly catching up to the other team, we're starting to like get a little bit of a whiff of like victory and feeling powerful. So we obviously chase down. But if you guys remember, it is Iron, so everything has to be a team fight. So obviously we get like 2 other fucking people like joining in here. But this was not even close at all. And we were kind of like starting to realize that yes, there is a possibility of a win here. I also get quite a lot of revenge for being dashed on 20,000 times in this game already, which is pretty cool. So I'm starting to feel very much powerful. I also get an ace, which is nice, I think. Not sure what it means. And then because it's been like a whole 10 seconds without a team fight, obviously we have to start another one. And honestly, my positioning in this one was just absolutely horrendous. I will take any blame for this horrible gameplay. But we do start another one, so I get a redemption arc. And honestly, this one was going much better. We also get the objective. So we decided to continue our team bonding. We do catch our very first Pokemon as a group effort without pretty much any interference of the enemy team, which is really cool. So we decide to all go back for a little shopping spree, you know. This time we're just gonna avoid the team fight because you don't always have to fight. Like sometimes it's alright to just like chill around, go back home, don't really care. I'm just hobbling around a little bit for the fun of it. But yeah, we are kind of thinking to go back, but that is until like obviously another team fight breaks out because this is Iron and we can't just not have a team fight. So we do decide to fight until like the first people go back, and then honestly we got all stunned. I don't even know what ability that was, but I see my teammate in a fight, I gotta help my teammate in a fight. But then I decided to kind of go back because I was like, okay, we can all escape, it's no worries. But then my teammates go back, so I have to go back into the fight as well because I can't let my teammate just die. But hey, at least we get a little bit of more pocket money for our shopping spree, which is always like welcome for me. Then me and my bestie Kale decide to try out our new toys that we got. And honestly, it's going pretty well, but then we get some like calls from our teammates that they're feeling left out. So we decide to like rush back, chill a little bit, maybe not take the team fight this time. So I'm just on my way hobbling back home. That is until Kale and me both remember that Riot loves balanced champs. So now that we're like kind of in late game, bro's like basically immortal. So we kind of go back. My Kale's already doing most of it, getting a double kill there. And I'm obviously like a little bit fashionably late because I did think we were going to leave. So my bad. And since I'm only like 2 feet tall, obviously it's going to take me a while to hobble over there. But I do get the assist and I do get the trade, which is really nice by me, I think. And then I decide to go out, use my flash just to leave some sparkle behind. But honestly, it's going pretty good. So I just get a little snack to go here and there. And then we start our new team fights. But now all of us are fed. And you know, that's what she said. So we end up like winning most of our team fights. And with this newfound power, we decide to push their spawn a little bit. So yeah, obviously the fight is not even close in spawn, but we decide to go back a little bit because we don't want to like throw our victory lead. So we decide to tame another Pokemon because it's apparently really rare. But remember, this is Iron Elo, so we can't have any objectives without a team fight. But this time around, we did agree on a peace treaty for at least this one dragon because apparently it was Garen's grandma's birthday. So he had to leave a bit earlier to like prepare some cookies and stuff. And honestly, we decided to just like call it quits and like let him go to his grandma's birthday and not have a team fight this time. Apparently there was a miscommunication because we understood that as like an invitation for us to join his grandma's birthday as well because we wanted some cookies. So we decided to just join the birthday since we weren't invited, and honestly it was going pretty great, but he didn't have enough cookies, so we just decided to go home and make some ourselves and then to come back to the party so everyone can get their own cookie. And honestly at this point we're just having a fun little time, you know, like singing some birthday songs and shit like that. But on a serious note, I've really been enjoying playing mid lane, especially as veigar. Tiny Dumbledore is very fun to play. And I think I'm gonna stick with mid lane actually, because bot lane is just not for me. I just die too fast. Because honestly, I don't have any like positional awareness. I'm not afraid to admit that. So I'm probably not good there, because if I look at someone the wrong way, I'm just gonna instantly die. So it's probably gonna be more mid lane or jungle. Obviously, I wasn't amazing in jungle because I'm still very new to it, but it was kind of fun as well. So maybe I'm gonna do that. So yeah, today's games actually weren't that bad. I really enjoyed them. It was quite fun. I did get promoted to Iron 3 as well, which is really nice. As you can see, this is still the old patch, so new patch. I'm starting Iron 4 again, obviously. I did my placements. So we're starting from the bottom again, but I don't think that's even that bad, because, I mean, I think my peak was like Iron 2, guys, so let's be honest, it's not gonna be that amazing. But yeah, for this patch, I just want to learn like 2 or 3 champs in mid that I can like one trick, and then maybe like a jungler, or I guess I can play support pretty well actually if I play Luxor or Morgana. So I think those are gonna be my focus. I'm still gonna try like challenges obviously, because I mean it's Iron, and look at that Teemo. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Alright guys, the game plan is we locked in mid. What we're gonna do is we're gonna lock in Tiny Dumbledore. Easy, that's point number 1. Point number 2. We're gonna rush every single bit of AP damage that we can do. We get boots pretty early on as well, because we need to be fast on those little legs. We are like about 3 feet tall, so all we can do is be fast, okay? We're like a tiny wizard, so we gotta be fast. That's point number 3. Once we have the boots, because we're weak in early game, we're gonna gank, which means bot lane, bot lane, bot lane, bot lane. I'm gonna be the jungler in mid. So we're going... Once our minions are on the tower, once our minions are on the enemy tower, we go bot lane immediately, straight. We got the fast boots, we're gonna be down there in like seconds. Boom, easy kill, like a quick little 300 gold, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And we go back to our lane, they're probably underneath our tower, so we get the minions really fast. And then we're about to build our fucking build up, which is gonna be insane. And once we have like our second item, we're gonna start taking jungle camps, because you know what, if you are not the jungler, then simply be the jungler, okay? So we're mid, but we're jungle actually, which means after we have like our second item or something, we're gonna start farming jungle camps, because fuck junglers. Fuck junglers. Anyways, we ban the wind shitter. That's part number 5. Ban the wind shitter, because no one wants to play against them. And then we win. Okay. So that's a plan for you guys. Hope you guys like that plan. That's gonna be what we're gonna do, and it's a foolproof plan, and there's nothing that can go wrong here. There's nothing that can go wrong. Like, honestly, if we lose this, then there might just be no hope left, but it's just impossible that this goes wrong in any sort of situation or way. It's just not possible. Playing fucking veigar. Someone's dodging. Please. Wait. Okay, we've been safe. No. Everybody calm down. We've been safe. The plan is still up, guys. The plan is still up. The plan still stands, okay? The plan is still... The strategy... It's gonna work. It's gonna be a banger if we lose, man. We don't even get the role we want, Sam. We don't even get the role we want, man. The plan still stands. I need to switch with jungle. That's number 1 of the plan. Because I want to play veigar. So jungler needs to switch with me. Yes! Plan number 1 has been done. Easy. No, fuck you, man. And then we ban the wind shitter, guys. Remember, that's part 2 of the plan.